Sometimes it's the smallest vessel strokes that leave the biggest marks. Lacunar infarct is a good example of this. It's less than 15 millimeters, and it's a cavitary stroke, and it goes unnoticed until you see motor and sensory deficits. On autopsy, you might see some fluid-filled holes in places like the internal capsule and the pons. What causes them? It's not going to be a huge tumor. It's just going to be a lipohyalinosis and a microatheroma. So it's a silent wreckage of the that's caused by like hypertension and diabetes, and they can choke off tiny little penetrating arteries, and it leads to, in the brain, liquefactive necrosis. So it's a lacunar infarct. So deep cavities in the brain, you got to think of those chronic small vessel diseases. Okay, so here is our lacunar stroke overview. Lacunar stroke overview. We have our basal ganglia, pons, internal capsular damage, small penetrating arteries, lipohyalinosis, and your microatheromas, right? The plaque in the small vessels. And so here we have a 68-year-old man. He's got hypertension, poorly controlled diabetes. He's got two very small cavities. What is the damage? It's the lipohyalinosis of the small penetrating arteries, not the huge ones. You might think multiple sclerosis, well, that causes demyelination, not going to be a cavitary lesion. Cardioembolism, that's going to be your cortical areas, not your deep structures. And your carotid atherosclerosis would favor your large vessels instead. And here we're talking about the small vessels for your lacunar infarcts. Brain tumors, these form mass lesions, not the tiny ones. Okay, so that's pretty much all there is to know about our lacunar infarcts, the tiny little cavitary strokes that go unnoticed. All right, we'll see you guys in the next video.